Hello, and welcome to our video on Julius Caesar, one of the most notable figures in Roman history. Today, we will be exploring the life of Julius Caesar and his significant contributions to Roman society. Julius Caesar was born on July 12, 100 BC, in Rome. He came from a family that was not particularly wealthy, but they were politically influential. His father, Gaius Julius Caesar, was a governor of Asia, and his mother, Aurelia Cotta, came from a distinguished family. As a young man, Julius Caesar was interested in politics and the military. He received an education in law and oratory, and he quickly became known for his persuasive speaking style. In 81 BC, he began his military career, serving under his father-in-law in Asia Minor. He distinguished himself in battle and quickly rose through the ranks. In 63 BC, he was elected to the position of Pontifex Maximus, the chief priest of Rome, which was one of the highest positions in Roman society. In 60 BC, Julius Caesar formed a political alliance with two other powerful Roman politicians, Pompey and Crassus. This alliance was known as the First Triumvirate, and it allowed the three men to dominate Roman politics. During this time, Julius Caesar was appointed as the governor of Gaul, which included modern-day France, Belgium, and parts of Switzerland and Germany. Julius Caesar's conquest of Gaul was one of the most significant military campaigns in Roman history. He led his army to numerous victories against the Gallic tribes, and he used his conquests to increase his own wealth and power. He also used his victories to gain popular support back in Rome, and he was able to use this support to secure his position in the First Triumvirate. However, Julius Caesar's success also made him a target for his political enemies. In 49 BC, he was ordered by the Roman Senate to disband his army and return to Rome. Julius Caesar, however, refused to do so, and he led his army across the Rubicon River, declaring war on the Roman Republic. This act marked the beginning of a civil war between Julius Caesar's forces and those of the Roman Republic. Julius Caesar emerged victorious in this civil war, and he was appointed as the dictator of Rome in 44 BC. He used his position to pass significant reforms, including land reform and the establishment of a new calendar. He also initiated a massive building program that included the construction of new roads, public buildings, and aqueducts. One of the most controversial facts about Julius Caesar is his reputation for being an ambitious and power-hungry leader. Throughout his career, Caesar was accused by his enemies of seeking to become a king or a dictator, and there is some evidence to suggest that he may have harbored such ambitions. This controversial aspect of his personality and leadership style ultimately played a role in his downfall. Caesar's critics pointed to a number of actions that they felt were indicative of his desire for power. For example, he famously refused to disband his armies after his successful military campaigns in Gaul, despite the fact that this was required by Roman law. This move was seen by some as an attempt to keep his troops loyal to him personally, rather than to the Roman state. He also made a number of political alliances and appointments that were perceived as being motivated by his desire for power rather than by a commitment to the public good. In 44 BC, a group of senators led by Brutus and Cassius conspired to assassinate Julius Caesar. They believed that he had become too powerful and that he was a threat to the stability of the Roman Republic. Although Caesar had survived numerous previous assassination attempts, he was caught off guard by the attack and was fatally wounded. His death marked the end of an era in Roman politics and the beginning of a period of turmoil and civil war. The controversy surrounding Julius Caesar's leadership style and ambitions continues to be debated by historians and scholars to this day. Some argue that he was a visionary leader who was willing to take bold actions to achieve his goals, while others believe that his actions were motivated primarily by a desire for personal power and glory. Regardless of where one falls on this debate, there is no denying that Caesar was a complex and fascinating figure whose legacy continues to be studied and admired centuries after his death. One subject of modern debate about Julius Caesar centers around his legacy as a conqueror and his impact on the cultures and societies that he encountered. While Caesar is celebrated in Western history for his military conquests and his role in expanding the Roman Empire, his actions had a profound and often devastating impact on the people and cultures that he subjugated. Some scholars argue that Caesar's conquests and colonization efforts laid the groundwork for the spread of Western civilization and culture throughout Europe, and that his legacy should be celebrated as a key moment in the development of Western civilization. Others, however, point to the ways in which Caesar's actions contributed to the erasure of indigenous cultures and traditions, and argue that his legacy should be understood as a symbol of imperialism and oppression. In recent years, this debate has taken on renewed importance as scholars and activists seek to grapple with the legacy of colonialism and imperialism. Some argue that by celebrating figures like Julius Caesar as heroes, we perpetuate a narrative of conquest and domination that has been used to justify centuries of violence and exploitation. Others believe that we can celebrate Caesar's accomplishments without ignoring the negative impacts that his actions had on other cultures and societies. Ultimately, the legacy of Julius Caesar is complex and multifaceted, and there is no one right way to interpret or celebrate his accomplishments. As our understanding of history and culture continues to evolve, it is likely that the debate over Caesar's legacy will continue to be a subject of ongoing discussion and exploration. Here are just a few of the many interesting facts about Julius Caesar that helped to make his life and legacy so fascinating and enduring. Julius Caesar was once kidnapped by pirates. In 75 BC, while traveling by sea to Rhodes, Julius Caesar and his entourage were captured by pirates. The pirates demanded a ransom of 20 talents of silver, but Julius Caesar demanded that they raise it to 50 talents, saying that he was worth more than that. After his ransom was paid, he raised a fleet and captured the pirates, taking their treasure and having them crucified. Julius Caesar was a prolific writer. In addition to his speeches and his treatise on Latin grammar, Julius Caesar wrote many other works, including an account of his campaigns in Gaul and a book on astronomy. Unfortunately, most of his writings have been lost, and we only know about them from references in other works. Julius Caesar may have been epileptic. There is evidence to suggest that Julius Caesar may have suffered from epilepsy, a condition that was poorly understood in his time. Some historians believe that his seizures may have contributed to his erratic behavior and his legendary temper. Julius Caesar had a son with Cleopatra. After meeting the Queen of Egypt during his campaigns in the East, Julius Caesar became enamored with her and had a son with her, named Ptolemy Caesarion. However, he never publicly acknowledged the child as his own, and it was Octavian who later claimed the throne of Egypt after Cleopatra's death. Julius Caesar was a skilled orator. Julius Caesar was renowned for his public speaking skills and was considered one of the greatest orators of his time. His speeches were often passionate and persuasive, and he had a talent for captivating his audiences and winning them over to his point of view. Here are some additional interesting facts about Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar was a talented actor. In addition to his skills as an orator, Julius Caesar was also known for his ability to perform on stage. He was said to have a powerful presence and a natural talent for drama, which helped him to captivate audiences both in the political arena and on the stage. Julius Caesar was a patron of the arts. Julius Caesar was a great lover of the arts and was known for his patronage of writers, poets, and other artists. He believed that the arts were a vital part of Roman culture and helped to promote the values and ideals of the Roman people. Julius Caesar was a shrewd politician. Julius Caesar was a master of political strategy and was known for his ability to navigate the complex and often treacherous world of Roman politics. He was able to build alliances with other powerful figures and to use his charisma and charm to win over his enemies. Julius Caesar was a prolific builder. Julius Caesar was responsible for a number of major building projects in Rome and other cities in the Roman Empire. He built roads, aqueducts, public buildings, and temples, many of which still stand today as a testament to his legacy. Julius Caesar was a fashion trendsetter. Julius Caesar was known for his distinctive fashion sense and was said to have been the first Roman to wear a toga with a purple stripe, a sign of his status as a high-ranking official. He was also known for his elaborate hairstyles and his preference for fine fabrics and jewelry. These are just a few of the many interesting and diverse aspects of Julius Caesar's life and career. His impact on history and culture has been immense, and his legacy continues to be studied and admired to this day. Julius Caesar's military campaigns were not just limited to Gaul. He also launched campaigns in Britain, which was at the time considered the edge of the known world. In 55 BC, he made his first attempt to invade Britain but was unsuccessful. He returned the following year and managed to establish a foothold in the country, although he did not attempt to conquer it completely. Julius Caesar was also known for his patronage of the arts. He was a writer himself, and his works included a collection of speeches and a treatise on Latin grammar. He was also a patron of poets and other writers, and his support helped to create a flourishing literary scene in Rome. Another significant aspect of Julius Caesar's legacy is his impact on the English language. Many phrases and expressions that are commonly used today, such as crossing the Rubicon and the die is cast, have their origins in Julius Caesar's life and writings. Despite his many accomplishments, Julius Caesar was not without his flaws. He was known for his ruthless tactics and his willingness to do whatever was necessary to achieve his goals. He also had a reputation for womanizing and was rumored to have had affairs with many women, including Cleopatra, the Queen of Egypt. Julius Caesar's life and legacy are a testament to the power of ambition, determination, and leadership. His conquests and reforms helped to shape the course of Roman history, and his impact on the world continues to be felt to this day. Whether we view him as a hero or a tyrant, there is no denying the enduring influence of Julius Caesar on our collective imagination and the world around us. Julius Caesar also made many enemies. In 44 BC, he was assassinated by a group of senators who feared that he was becoming too powerful. This act led to a new period of instability in Roman history, as various factions vied for power in the aftermath of Julius Caesar's death. Julius Caesar's death had far-reaching consequences for Rome. In the aftermath of his assassination, the Roman Republic descended into chaos. Various factions fought for power, and the resulting instability paved the way for the rise of the Roman Empire under Julius Caesar's great-nephew, Octavian, who became the first Roman emperor, taking on the name Augustus. Despite his death, Julius Caesar continued to be an important figure in Roman culture and politics. His adopted son, Octavian, used Caesar's name and legacy to legitimize his own claim to power. Julius Caesar became a symbol of Roman power and greatness, and his name was used to represent the Roman state and its ideals. Julius Caesar's influence on Roman culture and politics extended far beyond his own time. He was the subject of numerous plays, poems, and works of art, and his life and legacy continue to inspire writers, artists, and filmmakers today. Perhaps the most famous depiction of Julius Caesar is in William Shakespeare's play, Julius Caesar, which portrays Caesar's assassination and the aftermath of his death. Julius Caesar's impact on the world was not limited to his own time and place. His ideas and legacy had a profound influence on subsequent generations, shaping the course of Western civilization in many ways. One of the most significant ways that Julius Caesar impacted the world was through his military conquests. His campaigns in Gaul and Britain brought vast territories under Roman control, extending the reach of Roman civilization and paving the way for the spread of Roman culture and values throughout Europe. The Roman Empire that emerged from these conquests would go on to shape the course of world history for centuries. Another way that Julius Caesar impacted the world was through his political reforms. His efforts to reform the Roman Republic laid the groundwork for the emergence of the Roman Empire, which in turn provided the political and social framework for the Western world for many centuries. His ideas about government and leadership continue to influence political thought and practice to this day. Julius Caesar's legacy also extends to the field of literature and the arts. His writings, including his speeches and his treatise on Latin grammar, are still studied and admired for their eloquence and insight. His life and deeds have inspired countless works of literature, drama, and art, from Shakespeare's Julius Caesar to the films of Cecil B. DeMille. Julius Caesar's impact on the English language is difficult to overstate. Many phrases and expressions that are in common use today have their origins in Julius Caesar's life and writings. For example, the phrase, "Et tu, Brute," meaning, "You too, Brutus," is still used to express shock and betrayal, while the phrase, "to cross the Rubicon," is used to describe a decision or action that is irreversible. Julius Caesar was a complex and influential figure whose legacy has shaped the course of world history in countless ways. From his military conquests to his political reforms, his impact on Western civilization has been profound and enduring. As we continue to grapple with issues of leadership, governance, and the role of the state in society, we can still learn much from Julius Caesar's life and legacy. Julius Caesar's legacy has endured long after his death. He is remembered as one of the greatest military commanders in history, and his conquest of Gaul helped to establish Roman power in Europe. He is also remembered for his political reforms, which helped to lay the groundwork for the Roman Empire. In addition, his name has become synonymous with absolute power and ambition, and his story has inspired countless writers, artists, and filmmakers over the centuries. Julius Caesar was one of the most significant figures in Roman history. He was a successful military commander, a skilled politician, and a visionary reformer. His conquest of Gaul, his political reforms, and his impact on the English language are just a few examples of his lasting legacy. Despite his flaws, Julius Caesar's life and legacy continue to fascinate and inspire people today, and his story serves as a reminder of the enduring power of ambition and leadership. In conclusion, Julius Caesar was a complex and influential figure in Roman history. His life and legacy continue to be studied and celebrated to this day, and his story serves as a reminder of the power and ambition that can drive individuals to achieve greatness. Thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoyed this video on the life and legacy of Julius Caesar.